Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing the Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Aura Mazda for giving me some time with the CX-90. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide as well. Let's get into it. Powering this is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid. It's plug-in hybrid. It puts out 323 horsepower and then 369 pound-feet of torque. The MPGe rating is 56. 25 miles per gallon is the MPG rating without hybrid assist. And this can go 26 miles on a charge. Before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So when it comes to the front end of the plug-in hybrid 90, it isn't changed at all. You still have that cool flat hood design. You've got the really cool looking headlights as well. The grille is all blacked out, seeming to get the trim there at the bottom. And this one's nice with the contrast, the white and the black, I'd say. And then our tire and wheel setup is 275 by 45 by 21 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here with the wheels completely blacked out, really cool spoke design as well. I like the fender flares there. You can see PHEV badge on the side, and then got all the bodywork here on the side as well. And then we'll take a few steps back. Here's your side profile. And this leads us to the key fob. We've got the Mazda logo here, and then we've got our lock and unlock function here on the side. We also have the opening for the hatch, which we'll just hold that for a moment, and then I'll pop it right open. I'll pop here on the other side so my shadow doesn't get in the way for you guys. But yeah, the CX-90 is not going to be massive behind the third row. Again, that's typical of SUVs in this size category. It does come with power here in the back, which is nice. More here on the side as well. And then you can fold down the third row if you want more storage. Something to note about the third row itself is reserved for kids. Again, typical of an SUV in this size category. When you're all done, just press that button and that will lower the hatch right back down. And then when it comes to the taillight design, I think it's really sharp looking. And then you can see with the parking sensors here at the bottom, of course we have our Sky Active badge, but there's the rest of the rear. And then this leads us inside. So you guys can see it's soft touch here at the top, got a little sunshade, and then you've got more nice trim down below. I think the stitching is pretty cool as well. And then this trim's fun. And then here are the seats, kind of like fancy stitching and everything all down the center. Pop in, pretty easy to get in, got a little storage pocket. We've got some vents here in the rear, USBs. We've got our own climate zone as well. And then headroom back here is pretty good. And then popping up front, we've got nice soft touch trim here at the top and then also down below. We've got all of our window controls here, mirror adjustments, blind spot monitoring from the mirrors. And then here are the seats. And then you can see here with the power adjustments on the side. And I like this with the vent, that's cool. Soft touch on the dash. And then down below you can see here with the parking sensors for the traction control, gas cap release, memory seat functionality as well. And well, that's all. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. We've got paddle shifters there on the back, a bunch of practical controls in the front, including our cruise control, which has lane centering. It's nice. We've got all of the volume controls and everything there on the other side. Turn signal / light stock, and then windshield wiper stock on the other side. And then we have this nice digital gauge cluster in the center here, which I like the overall design. Mazda still does the 3-gauge layout. And then we do have our different drive modes. Notice this does have an EV mode as well as a towing and an off-road mode, so you've got everything that you would need. Just a regular backup camera in reverse. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it is not a touchscreen. That's Mazda's thing they're doing nowadays, so everything's controlled with the dial, but it's easy enough to use. So nice soft touch trim here on the dash, heads-up display, and then I'll continue. So look at the design here. I think it's quite pretty. Dual zone climate here with heated seats, and then down below you can see a little storage area. Drive mode select here, and then it's for the hybrid setup. And then we do have hill descent control, which is cool. Shifter, it's kind of interesting. I like this trim, it's nice. And then we've got our controls for the infotainment system, volume control of that, parking brake, auto hold. Good storage here in the center console, some USB ports. Nice trim on the top as well. And then this one does come with a panoramic center fin. Oh, forgot to show you guys glove box storage. That's solid. Now here's a quick look at the window so you guys can see 2025 Mazda CX-90 plug-in hybrid. Got all of the MPG stuff over there. Anyways, $57,650 with this particular package. Let us see how it performs. Well, I apologize, but the GoPro malfunction saga continues today. So this video is not going to be normal point of view with the driving. I'm still going to give you guys driving impressions with the hybrid. But basically, for some reason, my GoPro battery just keeps draining. Every single time I charge it, it charges and holds for like a minute, but then it just goes. Like my GoPro said that it had almost 50% stated charge, and then as soon as I filmed the initial driving section of this video, it went down to 3% instantly. So I don't know what's going on with it, but something's not right. Anyways, driving. This is nice. This is nice. So I'll say that it's got good torque in here. I'll give you guys kind of like a sort of point of view. It's like I did in one of my other videos. It's smooth for the most part. It's not quite as smooth as the inline 6 actually when you have the engine on. Like, it's got good power delivery here, and it's solid for a plug-in hybrid. Like in terms of how smooth it is, it's just not quite as refined as the inline 6. The inline 6, I think, because it's not two powertrains having to communicate with each other, is able to just really smooth things out. But this isn't bad at all. It's really nice when you consider everything that's going on here. And on top of that, I guess we'll get like a kind of a acceleration here. I do like the seats in this too. It's pretty comfortable as well. And not too bad. It's not quite, again, it's not quite as peppy as the inline 6, and that is one thing to note about, I've said this in the past about plug-in hybrids. Plug-in hybrids just never quite have the same oomph as just regular ICE cars. They're not bad, but they just don't, I mean, it's not bad. It just doesn't have that same shove. The inline 6 definitely feels more powerful. Definitely feels more powerful. So overall, the CX... Oh, I guess it did blind spot monitoring because someone was on the sidewalk? Weird. The CX-90 drives well. The CX-90 hybrid drives well. It's got pretty comfortable suspension. I mean, this interior, you guys saw it throughout the walk around. It's a nice setup inside here. And the powertrain's pretty, again, for a plug-in hybrid, it's solid. And the real reason why you get the plug-in hybrid isn't about the driving dynamics. It's more about the economy and the practicality, right? If you have a plug-in hybrid, then that means you can go to the grocery store, all of that, without using any gas. And that's a really nice thing. So if you want that practicality, then yeah, the plug-in hybrid is going to be great. You're going to love it. If you're looking for performance, then this has good performance for a plug-in hybrid, but the inline 6, especially the high output inline 6, that's going to be the one to go for when it comes to performance. Let me know what you think.